Very good. All right. No body work today. That kind of bums me out some, but I gotta take the seats out of this today. I gotta put a back seat in it. I gotta refresh it all. I want to do some detail to the dash. Um, I'm gonna have to make a slant six. The 225 slant six I love. A fantastic engine. I had that in a Dodge van, 1966 Dodge van, A100 I think it was. And I'd like to make that. And here's the wheels I'm working on. I got to get the little drilled holes in it. I got to get them done. Each one of them. They're ugly as can be. I can't stand wheels and tires that look like that. But they're almost done. Making those was kind of a pain. And just trying to think of different ways to be able to make them. Got the hood done. And it don't look bad at all. And it's very orange peely, just like the real car would have been. There's the back of it. It's looking about right. This is what it did look like. If you remember, it was in here and in there, and I got rid of that and got it all exactly like the real one is. Then here's some comparisons here with the rear wheel wells and then the body line that swoops down and then is lower here in the back. And I was able to still keep my gas cap. I got to make the pillar today. I want to do the seats, get the interior done. I won't be able to have the engine made today. I know that's going to take a little bit of time. But yeah, I got to get the seats, find some seats, because somewhere in my parts box is the seats for that. One nice thing is I gained a Hemi from that. So now I can put that in something fun. Or strip the paint off it and cast a mold off it. That would be fantastic too. What I don't like about this particular rattle can is that paint stays sticky forever. I painted it early yesterday morning and it'll never dry. I don't know why it is, but those types of paints. Oh, there it is. Rust-Oleum. It'll never dry. It acts as though it got froze at the factory where they made it, and then they shipped it out, maybe in the shipping trucks or whatever. But I go and get this stuff on the hardware store shelf, and it's already pretty much ruined because it'll never dry, not by itself. It's almost like you do have to spray a clear coat over it. But I want to probably put a little bit of color in the lines that are the door gaps, the door lines, and get them to pop out a little bit more. I don't want to do it just black and just have it to where it looks too. Maybe I'll mix up some orange and then add just a touch of black to it. This side here, it seems like the door is too long. But isn't that the joy of modeling? I enjoy it myself. I like to do as much body work as I can. But there's a time when I'm getting impatient with it. or I get burned out on the project. That's impossible. That's possible too. And then I don't want to finish it. But that hasn't happened yet with it. It may happen while I'm building the engine and the rest of it's all made and the engine's not in it yet. That will irk me, I'm sure. So there it is there. Looks like I need to put some white in the backup lights. And the tail lights were from, I just took them out of a sealed kit. Just took them out of this sealed kit. I just opened it and took the taillights out because I knew by the looks of the motor scooters in the movie, I'm like, oh, I know where I can get a set of them. It'll bum me out a little bit, but it's not the worst thing in the world. And making the Nova, the Chevy 2, into a drag car, I can just block off the taillights and just do my paintwork right over the top of it. So I'm not really too nervous about that either. I did want to get the taillights right on here, so it was worth it to me to take them out of that kit. Now I need to find the door handles because I've done 2 of these models and never used any of the door handles. So that tells me that they're in the parts box somewhere. 2 sets of door handles, that will be exactly right for the car. So I've got a lot of searching to do. It may take me a whole day searching through these secret boxes or whatever. I've got tons of other. I've got these tins. Yeah, those. I've got these tins full of parts as well. So I've got at least 20 of them stacked up there. But like I said, I've got a lot of parts to go through. But yeah, and the hood turned out real nice also. There's no real flaws in it. But yeah, it's sticky as can be. I can't touch any of it. That's why I'm leaving it on here. I'm probably going to try to glue the windows in while it's on here because I don't want to touch that thing at all. Okay, well, I don't have too much more to say. And, well, let's see. Here's the hood that I used. I cut it out and it's got this line here. And I use that as a top lip. I cut it out of this side. And I use that top lip to make that lip right there. And then I bent it and on one side. The other side I didn't bend it. I glued it in and I thought, oh man, it's going to be tough to build it up. So I made it mostly out of Bondo on that side. But this side here, I had bent it out and it was about perfect. And I should move it around so you can kind of see it a little bit. That way you can see what the bodywork turned out like with the body lines and everything. And then the real ugly, goofy tires that go on. Oh my goodness. I got a little dab of wood glue on the top. So it will get rid of the emblems because I want that nice and smooth. I'll put some chrome Molotov paint on it. And then I was going to drill all the 9 little holes, but I'm thinking I should just probably dot each one of them with the toothpick and be done with that because they're such ugly wheels. I would hate to put any more real work into them. If I turned them on my lathe out of aluminum, I would have drilled each one of them and I would have dragged it out, I'm sure, more than I would have wanted to. But I want to get this thing done and get it on the shelf and put it next to that big semi and get this motor scooter, get some pictures of it and get on to my next project. I'm through with this thing already. So I'm over it. So I'll leave you with this as I go and shut it off. But everyone was saying this model or this car in the movie was red, and Steven Spielberg wanted any car, it didn't matter at the dealership. as long as it was red. I don't see it as being red at all. I see it as being orange throughout the entire movie. So that's how I painted it orange. I was going to mix it up in the airbrush with just a touch of red in with the orange, but that would have threw it off, and then it wouldn't have been right. Then I wouldn't have finished it at all. So the more accurate it is, the more I'll have it and get it finished. Okay, guys. I'll probably talk to you then tomorrow. Have a great weekend. Okay. Bye-bye.